Like there would be no better type than an ENTJ for just action. Part of being effective is, shoot, I have to involve other people. MBTI stands for Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Catherine and Isabel Myers were a mother-daughter pair that basically took the work of Carl Jung. He was a Swiss psychologist back in the 1920s. They kind of took his teachings and made it into an actual assessment that you could have people take themselves, kind of quantify some very tough to read Swiss translated psychology into like something manageable and packageable for people to digest it easily. I had taken the test a number of times. Everyone pretty much knows 16personalities.com. Every couple of years I'd take it and I would get the same result. And I was like, all right, this is probably my type. But then I was like, there's a lot here. There's like actionable data I can use. I can actually take what they're saying about personality and apply it to the workplace. I can apply it to my relationships. I can apply it to getting along with my family members, things like that.
How can you recognize that maybe a conflict that you're having at work or a positive connection that you have either in your personal life or professional life? How can you trace that back to one of these personality types? And I know that you speak about how to get along with people better based on this, but is it something that anyone can do, or do you have to be a real master at it?
No, you don't. And I really like that question because you can really get in the weeds with it and confuse yourself and kind of get disenchanted with the whole idea of understanding yourself. And you'll just say, okay, never mind, this is too much. But the way I've learned it was sort of on a macro to micro level, where you can just learn the quote meme of your type. Oh, I think you're an ENTJ. I think we had that before. So ENTJ has a 10,000 foot view, which helps. You can do some things with that, but you can learn the cognitive functions. Like you're an N type and there's other N types, but are you introverted intuitive or are you extroverted? And those are opposites. They're not the same. So as you dig into your function stack, as you go down all 8, then you can determine I'm actually really good here, but bad here. And notice in your everyday life as you reflect, like, I'm really bad at relating to other people. Your type, just so you know, ENTJ has the worst in terms of harmony. We have the hardest time understanding what's the right thing to say to somebody to bring apart harmony, but we're really good at getting things done. Like there would be no better type than an ENTJ for just actions. Part of being effective is, shoot, I have to involve other people. So in a way, it's sort of like the harmony thing is tough for me as a type, but I realize the use of it. So it almost becomes a tool, not necessarily manipulative. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. It's just like, people have to be part of my life. So I might as well treat them nicely.
Right. For me, how that manifests itself is that I was always so independent out of a need and feeling like I can't or don't want to rely on other people, and that it would look better and be better if I can just do everything myself. And when I joined corporate, what happened was a huge shift in how I needed to get my job done. All of a sudden, every single sale customer had a ton of touch points internally where we all had to work together no matter what. So you don't really have an option with that. Anyone that's on a team can relate to that, especially if your group project can't be done by one person anymore, right? This isn't school. This is your job. You have experts that are specific to each of those touch points, and you need to learn to work together. So to your point, understanding the harmony, seeing everyone working together as a tool to accomplish a greater goal has actually opened up my mind and my vision and my scope for how I look at business. Because business transformation, right? Fourth industrial revolution, we're going to be in a collaborative selling and working environment, and we need to all learn to work together. With regards to, let's say, digital work environment, for instance, we'll have 2 people on a call or 20 people on a call, and not everyone gets the memo about turning your camera on or not having your camera on, and what level of participation you'll have, and basically how to mitigate conversation throughout the call, especially when it's a fixed time, like 30 minutes, let's say. That's usually not a ton of time to get things through, so you need to be very efficient. And I guess it just depends on the agenda for the meeting and how many people are on the call. But are there things like that where these personality types are going to rub differently, or can people just look at it as business as usual and disregard a personality type? Like, how much mental capacity should we be paying attention to our different personalities?
All of it. All of our attention should be on personality. It would be just as critical because though some types, like an introverted type like myself, can work even better remote and get a lot more done, you know, literally like the whole 4-hour work week thing would probably be good for some people if they didn't have to be in the office, but you have to have the right sort of leader. I would probably say like an ENFJ or an ESFJ would be a natural leader that would have what you and I have as some of our worst functions are that harmony. So it's like, hey, everyone, I know there's, you know, they say things like, what unites us all right now? We're all uncertain. On the whole uncertain times, things would be a very extroverted feeling ENFJ type thing. And they bring everyone together. Here's how we're going to get through it. They're going to be very collaborative. Someone like an ESTJ type, the executive profile, may not be good at leading a team through a time like this, because this could be the next 2 years of still going through this rocky period. So I would focus on exactly who's on each team. What's the type? Maybe we need to move some people to a different org to make sure that collaboration gets done. You know, if people are just looking at, like if you had a whole bunch of ENFPs, and I love ENFPs, no hate or anything like that, but they're really good at starting and having ideas, but I wouldn't want them all on the same team. I need like a hard charger, like an ENTJ to make sure things are in line. So now more than ever, when there's not as much accountability, we need people that can keep everyone in line and still deliver.